Yarosh opening ace-8 suited. Kovalski flatting on the button with deuces.
Oh,
baby.
Oh, yeah.
The big blind special from Kalidou.
So good.
Kalidou, so good. Pocket kings, and that is a sizable re-raise. 580,000. Huh?
I wouldn't be surprised if he just shoves here or calls.
We're gonna see a call with ace-8 suited. I guess in position to sow at least.
And this is the thing about this spot.
Kovalski's gonna fold the deuces at least.
Yeah, has to. Is that so shouldn't really have a 3-betting range here. You know, playing just under 20 big blinds or raising a call, this should kind of play as a pure shove and then hopefully get called by ace queens and ace jacks and 2 9s and 2 10s and what have you. But Kalidou, you know, has had a lot of success on the tour and will do things like this that maybe isn't particularly balanced but can still garner action from players that, you know, maybe aren't playing by the certain rules that you maybe should in tournament poker, and this is a great example of that. Like, why just shove here and get all the folds from Kovalski and Jaros, who's raising, you know, jack fours, and if Jaros has a hand that he thinks is pretty, get him to call, and then suddenly the
no.
Kovalski shoves over both players.
Oh, this is a gross misstep.
It seems like maybe we have played one level too long. So obviously going nowhere.
Then I fold.
Yarosh comes to his senses and folds after contributing 600,000 in dead money, and so gets it in as a heavy favorite.
I mean, look, So just got 2 people to make huge mistakes pre-flop here.
Exactly.
Had he just played this as a shove, probably would have gotten 2 folds.
Yeah, absolutely.
So good for So, and this is...
I love playing results.
Yeah.
That's all we keep track of. Queen 6-6 2 spades.
That's not a great flop because of those backdoor spades. Deuce is still live.
Only 2 outs in the deck. 2 cards for Kalidou to fade. The river is a deuce!
No. Quack, quack.
Oh, man.
Gosh.
So brutal.
Oh, ducks fly together.
So gross.
Ducks fly together after all.
So eliminated.
Bendinelli with queen 9 of diamonds on the button. Looks like he will call. Guerrero checks his option with Jack 4 of clubs. 10, 9, 6, 2 diamonds. What a flop for Bendinelli. Pair and a flush draw. Guerrero checks it over.
Lots to be happy about here if you're Bendinelli. Even without knowing both sets of cards. Pair and a flush draw, heads up.
Now, so far we've seen Guerrero play really smart, you know, definitely on the aggressive side, but making good decisions. But it looks like he wants to exercise his option to check raise.
This feels like a bad time for a check raise.
Yeah, I mean, he can definitely turn some equity with that jack in his hand, but it feels like perhaps he just feels like Bendinelli's a weaker player, and so this should work fairly often if Bendinelli didn't smack the flop the way that he did.
Well, this is a pretty big pot, 12.4 million.
That's a really interesting turn card. The 10 of clubs, it's definitely well within reason that Guerrero would have check raised the flop with a 10x hand, considering there's quite a few draws out there. So, you know, definitely can continue to perhaps tell this story that he has improved to trips at this point.
Yeah, I mean, also, if he was check raising with a hand like 9-6, though, he's now counterfeited, right? So 10s and 9s with a queen would then become the best hand.
Crazy how quiet it is now compared to how loud it gets.
Yeah, the rail just giving the players the respect of being able to think through these hands, and it looks like Guerrero
Wow.
going for it.
Oh, wow. Queen 9 of diamonds. It is really pretty, but it's such a tough spot when he bets so much on the turn.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Bendinelli, he has no more time banks left, and this is not an easy decision.
Not at all. Makes the call.
All right, so 24 million in the middle. That's twice the amount of chips Jimmy has left behind.
Jimmy might feel compelled to follow through on the river now. He's got so much less than pot behind, though.
Ooh. Queen of hearts on the river. Does Guerrero feel even more compelled with the jack to go for it? Bendinelli now playing queens and 9s on the river.
I don't like the looks of this.
Might be a card that Guerrero wants to represent. A card that perhaps, wow.
Oh, man.
All in.
Bendinelli calls it's over.
Oh my goodness.
No time banks.
Wow.
Top pair, heads up. We'll still have chips left if he calls and he's wrong.
He had that one chip in his hand, the almost one chip call. Wow.
Wow, he's got no more time bank, though, you guys.
This is for the title.
I don't think without time banks you can properly think through the action.
30 million.
The time does stop when you get a count, though.
30 million 100.
We saw a dramatic call to end the day yesterday. A bluff picked off by ace high. This is better than that.
First step is don't get snap called when you go all in. Second step is
Let the time run out.
exactly.
I think he, if I'm not mistaken, I think he only needs to have the best hand like 1 in 4 times to be right here.
5, 4.
No.
Bendinelli is out of time. That's a fold. Doesn't matter what the cards are.
Oh, no.
Jimmy bluffs.
Guerrero wants to show so bad and does show his entire rail, and now flipping the hand
Oh,
over.
man.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh.
Jimmy Guerrero snatching away. Oh, my goodness.
Simoes with kings, and this is an awesome double-up spot for Cardot. He started the hand with 25 bigs, so this is likely to go all in pre. Simoes re-raises. It's a 3-bet to 300,000, and looks like the action is back on Cardot.
Just your classic final table cooler situation, eh?
Absolutely, and interestingly, Cardot just calls, playing it slow, playing it cool, trying to get max value.
Oh, man.
Queen 10-9 on the flop. Cardot near enough a 3-1 favorite. Simoes, the pre-flop aggressor, continues into a pot of 750,000 bets, 240K. And at what point does Cardot decide to get it in?
But it is a wet board, and there's a lot of hands that you could still be getting value from here as well. So it's this is a really, really interesting spot. I'd love to be inside that head to understand exactly how he's weighing this up.
I don't think he can afford to play it slow anymore, can he? I guess he thinks so.
Yeah, he just calls the 240. And we carry on to the turn. Is the 4 of clubs. Cardot now an 86% favorite.
And there it is.
Simoes bets enough to put Cardot all in. He calls, tables the aces, and he knows he's a huge favorite to get the double up here.
14% is sadness, though, James. Absolute sadness.
Cardot does have to fade. 4 jacks and 2 kings. River card is a jack. Oh. A brutal, brutal suck out that will send Cardot to the rail in 8th place. And the Brazilians are loving it. Wow, Cardot taking it so well.
Smiling through the pain.
Jack, deuce of hearts, and he completes. Van Bruggen has checked. We haven't seen his cards yet. 9-7-6 on the flop, so this is not a board that you think would favor Sinclair. Okay, we're going to get Van Bruggen's cards. Jack 6. So not only was it a domination situation pre, but now Van Bruggen paired his 6 on the flop. He pairs his jack on the turn. Sinclair with top pair against 2 pair. This is going to cost him.
Oh, he checks it back to Sinclair. This is so trappy. On the 3 club sort of straighty, flushy turn, for him not to lead 2 pair here is so interesting. And I think Sinclair is going to feel really confident he has the best hand at this point. He's probably expecting his opponent to be leading 2 pair plus on the turn to try and protect from the clubs and potentially some weird 1-card straight kind of hands, like, you know, if 8 peels off, opens up a lot of opportunities to get rivered.
So Sinclair bets 3 million into 4.5 million. And is this where you check raise as Van Bruggen?
I mean, if you're going to play it slow, I think now is the time. There's a lot of opportunities to lose in this river. If he just ships it on the turn, James, I wonder if Sinclair might level himself into a call, because he can have so many combo draws that he check shoves the turn with, right?
Well, it is a check raise from Rick Van Bruggen, but it's not for it all.
Yep.
He is not shoved, but he has made it.
Yep.
A sizable amount. Sinclair's bet was 3 million.
3x.
Van Bruggen has 3x'd it to 9 million.
Yep, and I actually prefer this to the check jam anyway. I think there's too much, the SPR is too high here to just check jam. It just seems very, very silly, overplayed. Doesn't give you the opportunity to have any bluffs at all. So in this situation, I think you want to check raise small, and then you can do this effectively as a bluff that doesn't risk your entire stack, as well as having some made hands as well.
Sinclair calls the raise. This hand going to the river. We've got a pot of 22.5 million. Sinclair 24 mil behind.
Oh, the deuce of hearts would be such a brick, and he would get so much. Oh, the deuce of spades!
It's as good as, Nick.
How does he call it? How does he call it?
As good as, and that might be game over, Jack Sinclair. 2 pair, no good. Van Bruggen ahead with jacks and 6s.
Jams, it would look so weak. It would look so weak. He's all in.
He shoves the river. Jack Sinclair makes the single chip call, and it is over. It is Rick Van Bruggen from the Netherlands who takes down the biggest live event in PokerStars history.
The Jables makes it 4,000.
Oh, it is
3-bet
Oh, it's
from Chino.
a big one too.
Pocket 8s.
You hate to 3-bet fold here
Yeah.
against a 37 big blind stack. But you have seen Savio prepared to flat with ace-6, and maybe that's the problem. It's just Chino's like, now he's just asking for a count. It's like, why didn't you have a game plan to start the hand?
His game plan was to ask for a count.
This doesn't feel good.
It shouldn't feel good. I hope he says, I should have just called.
This doesn't feel good. This feels bad.
Sorry, thank you.
Wish I just called.
There it is.
Got him, boys!
Chino makes the call and has gotten in pretty bad here.
I mean, in his defense, you do see somebody play a6 offsuit in a spot where you don't see it very often, right? So,
Yeah, I mean, look, he got information.
yeah.
It just happened to backfire on him in this
friend.
particular case.
Sorry.
Here's the plan. The backup plan is to hit an 8.
Yes.
Good luck.
That's the real plan. And the flop is 8 in the window. He apologized. He apologized, Lex. I mean, at least he apologized. This is a shame. No backdoor outs for Savio. 2 outs and 2 outs only. And I'm being told by chat it was the case 8.
Hold it.
There
Thing, if I
goes
call, you go both
Savio.
ways. There's a difference.
Mulder again. I'm just excited when he's in a pot, James. I really am. This is really what we love to see when we're doing this kind of cards-up coverage. Very exciting for players that want to improve their game and see what these guys are doing at the very highest level. Queen 10 off from the cutoff seems like a hand you're going to want to play, especially off a 3.26 million starting stack. Oh, but aces for Katzenberger on the dealer button, and he's looking pretty shallow here, James. He's under 20 big blinds effective, so not going to struggle to get the chips all in here.
Victor Katzenberger, third place finisher in EPT Monte Carlo in 2019. Just flats with aces on the button, and it's ace-7 suited for Luigi Shahada in the small blind.
I would struggle to not squeeze this. He makes the fold, though, very nice. It's so tempting, isn't it, James?
Yeah. Hussein Ensan, 8-4 of diamonds in the big blind, looking to defend his Prague title from 2015.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about flatting the button here is you're going to let the big blind come along with a lot of different hands. And 8-4 suited is definitely going to be one of them.
So we are going three-way to the flop. Katzenberger slow playing the aces on the button. Mulder with the pre-flop betting lead. Ensan out of position. The flop.
Oh, no.
Queen 7 trips for Mulder. Katzenberger out flopped.
Oh, like James said earlier, we saw a flat with the aces before, and this is the issue. Sometimes you let them in. You let them in cheap. What? Wait, what's this? Ensan deciding to lead at this flop.
Oh, it's so gloriously Ensan.
Oh, it is. And I mean, this is just, the setup is unbelievable here. You've got Queen 10. This guy's trapped you with aces. You know you're going to win a bunch of chips. You got Ensan with no hand doing all the betting for you. It's the dream. This is what EPT dreams are made of.
He's got a backdoor draw, Nick. Give him some credit. 5%
Sorry.
equity. 90,000 is his lead. Mulder, 9-1 favorite here. Trip queens. Just calls. Now Katzenberger.
Oh my God, he hates life. He's hating life right now.
So 2 callers. And Ensan somehow gets to the turn with this hand.
Please, diamond. Please give him a diamond. All right, king of clubs.
King on the turn. And Ensan is now drawing dead. Katzenberger's down to 3%. Hussein, I love you, buddy. Stop betting. He's checked.
Yeah, he's going to slow down now, obviously. Trying to do something kind of cheeky there, but he knows that it's time to slow down when you got 2 players calling behind. Mulder checks to the aces. Oh, he's going to make a bet. James.
455,000 in the middle, and Katzenberger bets 55,000. Ensan folds, and Mulder is going to take his sweet time as he enjoys that sweet tea.
He's never looked more Lashif-like ever. Yeah, Ahmad Tom is asking, would I bet with aces in this scenario? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I mean, both players really, you know.
Casually plays a time bank card. I'm going to need time to think about this. So So remember, ace-7 was folded pre-flop. Katzenberger is drawing to 1 out, the last remaining ace in the deck.
All in.
As Mulder shoves on him, all in to call for Katzenberger, who's kind of committed at this point.
Yeah, he has kind of committed himself, but oh, you just don't feel good about your aces no more, do you?
Step 1, throw up in your mouth. Step 2, cycle.
Yeah, exactly, James. His face said it all. His face said what you just said. I'm so committed to this pot, but like, how do I ever win here?
Plays the time bank. Bernie the Lizard, give us another 30 seconds on the clock, please.
He's just got to ask himself, does he ever have a bluff here? Like, he might do this with a king, but like, what kind of a king gets to this turn? Like, what kind of a king is going to be here on this turn that he's going to want to see? Given the pre-flop and flop action, how many king X combos is he going to have here that he thinks he's value shoving, especially given the way that the hand is played out? And would a king shove it against the aggressive action on the turn? Because they could still just be sitting there with a queen.
Spirit of the horse, indeed. He doesn't like it, but he has to go along with it. And he calls all in and is drawing to the last remaining ace in the deck. If it isn't the ace of hearts on the river, we lose Victor Katzenberger in 27th place.
Yeah, you can't blame him. He's very, very committed to this pot, and he's played his hand so disguised. You really feel for him, but this happens sometimes.
The ultimate Barry Greenstein required here.
Oh man, that would be a really, really flaming Barry.
Nope. Instead, it's quads for Mulder. It's hashtag death by quad.
And the rich get richer. My man cannot put a foot wrong. He's playing good. He's running good. What else do you want?
Change the deck, please.
Ace, king of diamonds for Toroida. Oh, Sam Greenwood also has ace, king. So Greenwood, 3 bets to 17,000. Ida announces all in. Sam Greenwood calls, and they will see that their hands are virtually identical. Diamonds working for Ida, spades for Greenwood, but 84% of the time, we're going to have our first chop pot of EPT Monte Carlo 2022. Of course, we could get some sickness if there are spades and diamonds on the board. Let's run this board. Oh, just the 1 spade, 2 diamonds, Toro Ida.
Okay, let's tie it up here.
Yeah, fair fight. Put a spade out there.
Oh, wow.
My goodness.
So, most of the time this will be a chop, but a spade on the river gives the pot to Greenwood. A diamond on the river eliminates Sam Greenwood.
But gives him a good story to go home with.
And
Seen it all before.
We'll see Sam Greenwood KO'd in brutal fashion.
Look at this. This is the oldest live pro trick in the book. No one raises when they're stacking chips without a good hand. So he's taking advantage of that image. This must be a strong hand. I love this. Mamesh.
This is straight out of 2009.
Okay. Just
Pre-flop Academy approved. Really good.
Pocket aces for Pyzara, who is confirmed online qualifier for 250 euros got in this event.
Please just call. Is it just called?
Confirmed streamer.
Just called.
Confirmed flats aces in position.
Oh my days. He started the hand with about 35 big blinds. He's flatting 35 big blinds effective.
Simoes 6-4 off, he's in there.
What?
Mate, if 9-3's, I've got to root for the 9-3. Despite this being a Polish brother of mine.
What a sadist.
Let's go.
Queen 9-4, 2 diamonds, so everyone's got a pair now.
It's coming on the turn, Sam. Don't worry, buddy.
Pair of 9s for Mamesh.
We know he likes to bet second pair as well. Second pair's strong for him.
Second pair is, I'm not sure if it's like a bluff.
He's reinventing the game, merging all over the place.
And this is a relatively small bet considering the size of this pot. He bets 18,000 into 69,000.
Let there be range merge.
and obviously a lot of, the very obvious Jack-10 straight draw. The aces without the diamond means the nut flush draw can be out there. And just calls though.
Wow.
Still flatting.
Still, wow. And
Simoes,
dodging.
has
dodging, by the way, 3s, 4s, 6s, and 9s. Very unorthodox card. Let's see what would be a great card. Wow.
How about a 6?
Yeah, I mean, Simoes.
Oh, surely not.
Dear. Oh, dear. Simoes, he's going to think about, don't lead. Yeah, that's it. Thanks.
So aces officially cracked for now.
Mamesh is firing the 9-3. He's just, is he?
Now the third best hand.
What's going on here?
Guys, you cannot get footage like this anywhere else in the world.
33,000, another quarter pot bet.
What?
And Pyzara has flatted aces pre-flop, flatted aces on the flop, and is flatting aces on the turn.
Yeah, and there's a lot of draws out there now, like a 7-8 of diamonds, a...
Reminder, the 6 of clubs is out there, just a little slow coming in. It's Simoes who's ahead right now.
He's raised, right?
With 2 pair. 9-3 gets out of the way. Yeah, those are big chips. Those are the 25K chips. Aces now have to call 93,000.
Yeah, and Pyzara so under wrapped.
Yeah.
Plenty of bad rivers out there for 2 black aces.
These equities are incorrect, just so everyone knows. The 6 has not been taken into account. Simoes is ahead with 2 pair. Pyzara pretty far behind with a pair of aces.
Yeah, and against somewhat unpredictable opponents, I do think we are going to probably want to just put the aces in now. Yeah, he's gone for it.
There's the all-in for Pyzara.
Doesn't want to get snapped. Just table your hand, Marcelo. Just table your hand, bro.
He's called. He's announced call.
Yeah,
called and shows the 2 pair. Pyzara does have outs. Again, ignore the equities on the screen.
Yeah, a 9, a queen,
there it is.
An
now
ace.
they've caught up. Pyzara is 17% dog.
Mamacita.
Looking for a mamacita on the river, he says.
Taking it very well. Can hit an ace, a queen, or a 9.
As for any pair.
Mamesh just taking this time to have a Mars bar, having started this train right off with his 9-3 open.
Enjoy yourself, boys. Let me have a little snack. Good luck. Here's the river.
Hand. I'd love to see a queen.
It's a 7. That is going to be it for Pyzara. That hand was quite bizarre.
Well, this hand starts with 9-8 of diamonds for Arthur Conan under the gun. Hold it around to online qualifier Erkan Soenmez, who's got 6s in the cutoff. Makes the call. Mark Foggin in the big blind has 9-7 offsuit.
Well, that's 6 through 9 sorted.
He calls as well, and we are going 3-way to the flop. That flop is 10-7-6.
Wow.
With 2 diamonds, street flash potential for Conan.
How?
What an unbelievable flop.
So Conan already with the straight and a redraw to a straight flush. Soenmez with a set. Foggin with a pair and a draw. Let's see if Soenmez follows Joe Stapleton's advice. Always bet your set. Yes, he does.
Of course, you'll bring it up this one time. It's going to hurt him.
Yeah, Soenmez certainly doesn't want 2 opponents that are in this hand to get a cheap or free look at all of the different draws that could be possible with those straights and flushes potentially coming in on later streets that could hurt the strength of his hand and kill his action as well. But Foggin coming along for that bet.
Yeah.
But I think, will this be the time they hear from Conan, or is Conan gonna reel them in a little bit more?
Yep, there it is. Sure enough. I mean, the other reason why a check raise here is so interesting is because it allows you to get so many more chips in the pot as opposed to just betting and getting called twice, right? The opportunity, once they've put more in there, it means that you can afford to pump a load more in than if you just bet, and then very frequently you're just going to get called by 2 or one of the remaining opponents in the pot.
So 65,000 has become 225,000.
Is 225,000 going to become 1.2 million?
I was just going to touch on that, Stapes, is just the fact that now for Soenmez, again, because of that factor of Foggen coming along, you don't necessarily just want a flat here. I mean, yes, it looks incredibly strong out of Conan, but you have a hand that, of course, you want to protect and get value from.
Soenmez calls, and I imagine we'll see Foggen fold. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we go heads up to the turn. So many sickos calling for the 10 of diamonds. It's the Jack of hearts. The board gets straight here, and I wonder if that might slow down Soenmez. So having check raised the flop, Conan bets 275,000 on the turn. Soenmez calls again, and we go to the river. 1.2 million in the middle.
He's got to be concerned about set over set here as well, of course. So it's not just the pure 8-9 that he's concerned about at this stage. And it's the Jack of diamonds.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So it is the flush for Conan, but it does pair the board. No straight flush, no street flash action for Conan, so he is losing to the full house of Soenmez.
Look at the SPR, Maria. It's so sad. Like, there's just, you can't just check call. They're not deep enough to check call and just pot control, right? You've got so much less than pot back behind at this stage. I think you just got to go for value and hope that you actually have value. He does check.
Wow.
I understand, though. I definitely understand why he's concerned at this stage. Would he ever check 7s full or 10s full? I think the answer is absolutely no. At this point, Soenmez must understand that he has the best hand, right? There's no chance there would be a check here with 7s or 10s. SPR is so small.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible to probably go from hating your hand on the turn to really feeling like you're the top dog now, just wanting to get max value with your 6s full.
Oh man, this is so sick. I mean, at least it's a 9 high flush, right, Maria? Like if you had king high or something like that.
Well, Soenmez, interestingly, has not gone for all of it. Soenmez bets 380,000. So Conan is not in a spot here where he has to make a decision for his tournament life.
No, and I think Conan is also fearful not only of the boats, but of course, ace-10 of diamonds is a possibility, right?
Yep, absolutely.
That's a hand that would have called called the check raise and would have had to continue with all that equity on the turn, and Conan gets away from it.
He makes the fold. Class laydown from Conan.
Pocket 8s for Bendinelli. And I don't think it's a spoiler to say that it really can't go beyond this level. 30 big blinds playing 24 big blinds. It is almost impossible for them to get out of this level without the money going in.
Yeah, Bendinelli here with 8s.
It should have ended in the last level mathematically.
The math is broken today, Stapes.
Oh boy, we got a set of 8s for Bendinelli.
Oh no.
Top pair for Guerrero. I said the money was going to have to go in. These guys have played pretty conservatively and made some tight folds. So maybe it doesn't have to go in right now. But boy, does this feel like it. Bendinelli firing 2.5 million. And Guerrero just calls. The turn is a jack.
Wow.
Oh, no.
What a setup.
Oh, such a cold deck.
Cold deck city. Guerrero covered. I think the only light at the end of the tunnel is we've seen a lot of miracle rivers throughout the course of this tournament. Looking for the board to pair, except for an 8. Doesn't know that yet, probably thinks he's got the best of it. Trips versus a full house.
Yeah, and Bendinelli very clearly trying to set up a sizing here on the turn that can make it an easy all-in on the river. Wants to give Guerrero a good price to continue.
Does it ever go in now? Guerrero has no idea what he's up against. Makes the call, so that's 23 million in the middle. Neither player the pot size bet behind. Jimmy really needs to hit this river.
Oh
the
my
board pairs, but it's the 8.
No!
It's quad 8 for Bendinelli.
Wow.
This is unbelievable. This is the coldest of decks. It doesn't get any colder than this, Maria.
I'm glad you got a sweatshirt for this hand, Nick.
Insane ending, I assume.
Oh my goodness.
To the most insane EPT I have ever been a part of. A literal bad beat jackpot hand. Jack's full, beaten by quad 8s. Guerrero bets.
Wow.
Oh.
And Guerrero leading. Oh my gosh.
Put yourself in his shoes. He's got quads and you're getting led into on this river. It's the absolute jackpot payday.
How is Bendinelli's heart just not jumping out of his skin right now? Oh my gosh.
Bendinelli has been so patient, has folded winners. Had a chance to put this to bed. Announces all in. Guerrero hasn't snap called.
I think
There's just no way. There's the call from Guerrero. It's over.
He hasn't even tabled his hand. Table your hand.
Gosh.
Bendinelli shows the quad.
Bendinelli does it.
Guerrero tables the loser, and Bendinelli swarmed by his countrymen. Somebody get that boy his mama.
This guy came back from one big blind to be here to river quads.